So Thursday night, we had cereal for dinner. Now, I don't usually have cereal, so I was pretty excited. Like, this is different. It's hot, it's summer. Nice cold bowl of cereal sounds awesome. And I decided I am not going to get the old man cereal. Nah, I'm doing it right. Doing Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops and making the fruitiest milk I can. I was so hyped up. And I was sitting there with my son and my daughter. I had my fruity, sugary cereal and my Nintendo Switch ready to go. See, I was ready to fire up my Nintendo Switch because a game had just came out. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Now, I kind of stopped and had this, cathartic moment of realizing 20-some years later, I am still that 8-year-old who's excited to have fruity cereal and the Ninja Turtles. It makes you wonder, why did I go to all the lengths I've gone to reach happiness when this was happiness? So, just to give you an idea of how much I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's not just, the games now, it's nostalgia, it's everything. Like, I even think that one of the more recent movies was actually pretty good. I love the Turtles. And this game, I was super hyped up for. The thing is, I want to say something. For one, a lot of people have been saying that this is the greatest game. And there's a lot of people who are saying 10 out of 10, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I would go that far. Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And we'll get to why and what the problems are. But let's get to why it's such a great game. Now, the story itself is pretty basic. Shredder has been wronged by the Turtles. And so he is going on a publicity tour where he's going to run for president. And then, no, I'm kidding. No, it's nowhere near as complex. No, basically, just the Shredder's trying to destroy the world, and the Turtles got to stop him. That's essentially it. Ultimately, they're trying to mess with the Statue of Liberty, and they're trying to create Krang. You remember the dude with the brain living in his stomach? Krang? Yeah. They're trying to, recreate him and then go after the Statue of Liberty. So it was always kind of a thing they did. And, yeah, you go around and fight all these kind of iconic bad guys in the Ninja Turtles lore on your way to foiling their plan. Now, there's so much to this game, though, that I really like. Like, it is a beat-em-up game. And a lot of times there's not a lot of layers to those type of games, but they are, they're fine. But this one, you can actually level up your character. Now, it's kind of arbitrary, meaning you don't get to control what gets leveled up, but they do get to be leveled up. And for the most part, it's just, extra health. And at some point, you start to also get extra lives. Like my Leonardo was at a 10. And so, my guy, I love Leonardo. And so, there is that kind of a little bit of depth that really does make it more complex and a little bit more layered than a lot of other games. There are also challenges and collectibles. Now, I went through and decided to get all the collectibles on my first run. And when you do, you also gain more XP, which means you get to level up your characters. Again, you don't decide where it goes, but it's pretty cool anyway. Also, there are 6 characters, one of them unlockable. And that would be Casey Jones. Now, he is only unlockable after you beat the game, and the rest of them, you got April, Splinter, and of course the 4 turtles. When you start, you have 6, and then by the time you beat the game, you have 7. With, I believe, I heard there was going to be DLC, but that was a while ago. I don't know if it's going to happen, but even if they don't, I think there's a lot here with this game. 7 playable characters, and a lot of challenges that are really hard. I didn't beat the challenges. A lot of collectibles, a lot of levels, and I did some matchmaking too, and it was decent. I think they got a little bit of work to do there, and I think that's the only thing I would say is a problem with the game, is the online is a little bit spotty. It's not wonderful, but it's also not... It's not hideous. I've seen people say it's completely awful. Other, majority of reviewers are saying this is the greatest game ever. And that's where I would say it's got its issues. But that's the only place really that it does. Arguably, the difficulty is a little bit, if you play on normal, it's not very difficult, but that's fine. This game isn't meant for, to be some sort of gatekeeping game that only the best of the best can beat. And if you want to, you can increase the difficulty. And then there's actually another mode that gets unlocked in the arcade mode as well. So that adds difficulty if that's what you want. But yeah, honestly, the performance is wonderful. I didn't have any problems. Not one. And that was, at one time, we tried doing 3 super moves, which is when you fill this gauge up and you hit X, you'll do this big super attack. Well, we tried 6 characters and all of them doing their super moves. Still didn't really have much of a hiccup at all. The screen kind of went crazy, but no issue issues as far as that's concerned. And again, I love the design. I love the intro. I don't like the intro music, by the way. No, I know. There's some people like, oh, that's Mike Patton from Faith No More. And I would say, yeah, that's cool. I mean, he's alright, I guess. Not a huge fan, but it's not the original. I don't know. I just like the original song a little bit better. But, yeah, I still like the design of all the characters, even the bad guys. I like the layout of how each level feels a little bit different. I would argue Turtles in Time is still probably king of the Turtles games, but this is really good. It's fantastic. But I'm not going to say, as RGT had said, this is one of the greatest games ever made. No, it's not. It's great. And it's well worth like $20-$25 for sure. And it's so much fun, especially if you have that nostalgia or if you like beat 'em up games. And even if you just want a game to play with your friends and family, this is a great, fantastic game because it's not too complicated, but you can kind of master it. And the more you level up your characters, by the way, you do unlock other moves. So there really is like this, I don't know, edge of mastery that is available if you want to. But ultimately, I hope that they do release a DLC, because one of the only issues I really had with it, outside of the online connectivity and stability, is the fact that it's pretty short. Like, I beat it only a few hours in. I want to say maybe around 4 or 5. Really wasn't that much. And I understand, like, you can do what I did and like then start going back and playing through other characters. And it's not like there's, twists and turns and things that you don't see happening. I don't know. It's a beat 'em up. The Turtles beat 'em up. But still, it would be nice for it to be longer. Like, I really felt like Turtles in Time, for instance, was quite a bit longer. And maybe it's just me remembering being a kid, But anyway, that's my thoughts on the game. Curious what your thoughts are. If you're picking it up, if you're not. Understand a lot of people don't check out my bigger game videos, so hopefully you do. And let me know what you think. Anyway, guys, like always, I'm wishing you health, wealth, and above all, I hope you're truly happy. Oh, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. I know we kind of get overlooked as dads, but we're important. We're super important. Kids need us. Anyway, take care, guys. Love you.